What are the main things you'd like to improve?
More consistent control on my club face.
The main thing is your downswing. So the main thing when you come down is you get too far over plane.
Yep.
That's the main deal. The club rides too far over plane. And it's a little bit hard to see with the camera quality. The face is a little bit too open to the path, but the path is too far left.
Yep.
So as I'm clipping shots here, I would be feeling the club working from low and inside, high and to the right. Low and inside, high and to the right. I'm not gonna be shy. I'm not gonna be shy about letting the toe pass the heel through my hitting area, because I know that I'm already 4 degrees open.
Right.
So if I feel 27 shut, I might get the square. Man, it'd be nice if you just swung right like that. Oh, wait a minute there, John. What was that down there? Do we have a 0-0?
Almost.
So the key point, and I wish we had this record, like you could see your practicing, which actually we can back there. Watch where your club comes down here. So there your club path was 0.7 and your club face to path was 0.2. Now, if we watch you, we're letting it go under a little on purpose.
Yep.
We're still making half swings. Now look at your shaft.
Yeah.
So now you're parallel to the original plane line.
Yep.
Now you're actually riding right underneath it.
Yep.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I'll take that one.
Hey guys, in today's video, we have another live lesson with John. Now, John, like a lot of golfers, struggles with a pull, fade, miss pattern. And in today's video, you're gonna see us talk him through how to change his swing direction, how to get a little bit of different face to path, ultimately to help him hit the ball more solid and straighten out those iron shots. Hopefully you can take a piece or two of this to help you with your own game. What are the main things you'd like to improve?
More consistent control on my club face.
Now, generally speaking, anytime someone's club path is to the left, there's always going to be an association with club face, which you mentioned. So if your club face is open some amount,
Yep.
the only option is to swing left
Right.
to get it to the target, right?
Right.
So if we look at your club face numbers, and this is more just like confirmation stuff you already know. Your club face numbers, let's pull up, I'm going to put up face to path. So here our club face numbers with the 7 irons are 4.6 degrees open to the path.
Yep.
6.2 open, 4.6 open. But, John, smart guy, we do some basic math, right? If you swing 8 to the left, you need your club face to be like 4 open.
In order to square it up.
That's it.
Yeah.
So you're having a pattern that pairs up fairly well.
Yeah.
I think some of the issues, and we'll go through the analysis with like the how you swing part, but we probably want to tighten that up a little bit. Square the face up to the path a little more and make the path a little bit less to the left.
Sure.
One of the things with having a face 4 degrees open is like the boxing analogy. For you to hit the ball as far as possible and compress it, you want to have as much of a direct strike as possible.
That makes sense. Yeah.
If the face is open, it's like a glancing
Right.
hit.
Right.
And so your best shot isn't going to go as far as your best shot could go if the face and path were more square, right? Or even close a degree or two.
Yeah.
Anytime the face is open, it's glancing below, it adds a little bit of loft.
And a lot of spin, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you would hit it shorter relative to like how far you could,
Yeah.
right? From the face on angle, you see how you don't turn a ton.
Yep.
And that would be a look, if we define that by the shoulder turn, let's just say being less than 90.
It's kind of the fake turn.
Fake turn.
Yeah, it feels like I'm turning, but I'm not really turning.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
And like that amount of turn, I would like to see the trail shoulder even potentially closer to the target than the lead shoulder. That amount of turning from there, you always going to, oftentimes you're going to see the folding of the arms.
Exactly.
To complete the swing length. Now, what does that do? Well, lack of turn is going to be lack of power potential, and then it's also going to be lack of depth potential on the way back. You do an okay job still getting the butt of the club pretty good. Pretty good, like what I would define good depth is, was the butt of the club over the ankle. So you're not wildly off from there. But the main thing is your downswing. So the main thing when you come down is you get too far over plane.
Yep.
That's the main deal. The club rides too far over plane, and it's a little bit hard to see with the camera quality. The face is a little bit too open to the path, but the path is too far left.
Yeah.
You know, more or less when you ride up that, I draw that line up the shaft.
Yep.
You know, you want to have that club ride right down that, right?
Yep.
So if this goes up here like this and we get us to the top, we get you to the top.
Yeah, that doesn't look the same.
It doesn't look the same, but it's not wildly off either. There's some work to do here, no doubt. But even from where you're at, you know, with a little bit of turn, a little bit more turn, we still could get the club looking different here, which is when he gets to about arms parallel and you get to arms parallel.
Yeah, my hands are out here.
You're too far out.
Yeah.
And so what nets out is the shaft gets too far out, right? So if we look at his original plane line here, he gets the club pretty close to parallel to it.
Yep.
You see the shaft is going to be underneath the arm, right? The shaft's kind of through the middle part of the bicep, underneath the shoulder.
And I'm up by the shoulder.
You're up here.
Yeah.
And so when I'm looking at these always, John, I'm always looking at that left arm parallel here. You want to have the hands. See how his hands are more under his shoulder?
Yep.
Between the shoulder and the collarbone? And yours are right out here through your neck.
Yep.
Now, what would make your arms and hands go out this way? Body rotation is part of that for sure, right?
Yep.
So as I turn back, my hands go in, and as I turn out, my hands go out.
Yep.
So if I didn't turn enough on the way back, 70 degrees versus 90, and just did a normal amount of downswing rotation,
I'm going to be out here.
You're going to be out there.
Okay.
And so to get the shaft under your shoulder on the way down, like the easiest thing, the main root thing is increase the turning on the way back. And then not like you're staying closed, but you're not opening too quick. So like normal swing, I'd turn back 90.
Yep.
And then at about left arm parallel, I'd still be back 45.
Got it.
So depending upon how you look at that,
yep,
I stayed closed 45 relative to, you know, my 90, but I also opened 45 relative to my 90, meaning like I still opened,
right,
but I didn't go from 90 degrees closed to 0.
Yeah, exactly.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So to keep the arms and hands in, I want to turn back, get them deep. That'd be defined by the butt of the club over the ankle.
Okay.
And then when I come down to left arm parallel, I want the hands more underneath my shoulder still, more like this guy here.
Yep.
So my arms in some, shafts underneath my shoulder, kind of parallel to the original plane line.
Makes sense.
If I still have my chest and shoulders 45 degrees closed, that'd be the easiest. So when you come down here like this and we're a little bit too far over, then at the next checkpoint, like when we look at the club, even with your hands, see it's too far out over plane.
Yeah.
Whereas when we look at his, see he gets that pretty much right back on that original plane.
Yeah,
line.
he's coming from right
inside.
Yeah.
And that all roots back to that backswing turn.
Okay.
So he's getting pretty much right back on that, whereas we're too far off of that. Now, when you're too far off of that, then you're going to go too far to the left.
That makes sense.
So when you exit,
kind of get, and then if it gets real bad, I get this.
100%.
Yeah.
So the more you're swinging to the left, the more the arms have to bend. The more you were so like if you take your setup there for a second. Now with no backswing, swing the club towards me, just slowly, just kind of push it towards me,
Oh, towards you.
Yeah.
Okay.
So see how easy that is to keep your arms straighter.
Oh yeah.
Right. Now if you do the same thing, now swing it towards me.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So swing direction. So for someone watching, the arms would bend there, right? You can't swing left and keep your arms straight unless you have an unbelievable amount of body rotation.
Yeah.
You can swing to the right over this way and have your arms straighter without an unbelievable amount of body rotation.
Feels like my hips are turning more too.
That would be ideal.
Yeah.
But and so there's two correlations, right? There's like swing path. So this is good for you forever. The more you swing to the right, feeling wise,
sure,
the easier it is to have the arms straight.
Yep.
The more you swing to the left, the more bent.
Yep.
And then body rotation.
Yeah.
So the more open you are relative to the target line, the more you can have the arms straight.
Yep.
The more closed you are, the more they're going to bend.
Yeah.
So it's sort of like if you take your setup one more time here like this, keep your belt buckle and your shirt buttons pointed dead at the ball.
Yeah.
Keep your arms straight for as long as you can past impact. So keep your chest and shoulders square. Go ahead, keep going. Now see where your chest is at?
Yeah.
Keep that at the golf ball.
Oh, really? Like that?
Yeah. Can't do it.
No.
Right. So the rotation thing, to your point, is like if I don't turn at all,
yeah.
I got nowhere to go.
I'm stopping really fast.
Yeah, I physically can't do it. If I continue turning, I can keep my arms straight theoretically forever.
Sure.
And then there's that swing direction part.
Okay.
So more swinging in to out, more turn would make that the easiest. So like when you see the club exit, your club exits in a pretty good spot, which is like through the middle part of your, I like to see it between the upper part of the rib cage and the shoulder. But you do that without a lot of rotation.
Well, yeah, it's a lot of arms.
Yeah. We want to get the lead arm on the shoulder plane, which you do, and the butt of the club over the ankle, which you're close.
I'm close.
So you could be a little bit more turned.
Okay.
Like, I don't think you need to get deeper by feeling your arms more around you.
Yeah, trying to stretch.
Yeah, that's part of it, but most of it's going to be the turn. Your hand, you got to turn that belly around there,
Yeah,
John.
exactly.
Come on. Get that belly button back
Get Buddha
around
facing that way.
Yeah. So the depth on the way back, and then we got to keep it in on the way down. So we're a little bit too far over.
Okay.
Right, club head outside the ball target line. We want to get that riding right back down on the plane line, right there.
Yep.
Club head's even, or just inside your hands.
Okay.
Right there. So the overall sensation will be more in to out, if you will.
Yeah, more in, more out.
More in out.
Yeah.
So what I'd like to do is set up a little station for us, and then we're going to work through some of the feels for it.
Okay.
So the station we like to use is this here. We like to put a 4 o'clock station, right? So if you take your setup there for me one more time. If 12 o'clock's the ball, right? You've seen this. 1, 2, 3 is your toe line.
Yep.
We like to go about 4 o'clock.
Oh, gotcha.
And now that's where your shaft is going to be during your downswing. So you would take it back about neutral.
Yep.
From here, you'd create the depth in the turn, right? Let's say up to the top, to there. Now, as you start down, this is going to feel like it stays in, and the shaft is going to feel like it comes down over 4 o'clock. So that should feel kind of dramatically more inside to you.
Oh, yeah.
Compared to normal.
Yeah.
Now, as it comes inside like this, you see that toe and heel? I just need to feel that toe a little bit more in front of the heel a little bit sooner.
Okay.
Yeah.
So almost like the motorcycle thing.
Boy, exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
So either we need to do the motorcycle thing earlier, and or you're going to need to do more of the supination piece as we work through.
Okay.
So maybe a combo of both of those. So how I'd like to start to practice this for you, and we may start with probably little shorter ones just for you to get comfortable with the stick being in, but when you're going to take normal setup, everything your setup's good, I'm still going to feel like the club is pretty neutral early on. I'm not consciously doing that, but I want it to be neutral.
Sure.
From here, as I go back, I'm going to start to increase my turning. So that's going to feel to you like the weight goes towards the heel. That trail leg can extend some. That hip can turn around. I like to have a sensation when I'm doing that, like my trail shoulders working closer to the target.
So it's almost like you're reaching back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let that trail shoulder work around.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Any of those feels,
Yeah.
right? There's a bunch of feels to do this, but the point of me feeling that right side turning back around is going to be, now I can get the butt of the club back over my ankle line.
Okay.
And then as I start to work down, I can have the shaft coming underneath my shoulder, get it over the 4 o'clock, inside my hands down here. Now this is too far inside.
Okay.
This is exaggerated.
Yeah.
We saw him, what we want is if I drew the line up the shaft, I really just want the club to come right back on that line.
But if I do it now, neutral's gonna feel like way back.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're going to need to feel 4 o'clock. Hell, you might feel 5 o'clock.
Right.
Just to get to right
Okay.
on plane, right?
Okay.
And so as you're coming back, so it's backswing turn, downswing from inside, close the face more. Backswing turn, downswing from inside, close the face more.
Okay.
That's the like big picture thought. And then we'll work through the subtle nuances of how much, when, where, who, what, whatever.
Okay.
But that's basically the starting point. So let's go pitching wedge. We're going to start with what you feel like is a half swing.
Okay.
We're going to pretend the ball's right here. We'll do
Okay.
2 practice swings where you clip the ground,
Uh-huh.
and then we'll hit 1 ball.
Okay.
So your job is to start to feel the turning on the way back, the arms, hands, club feeling slightly deeper. Yep, good. Yep. Now it's coming from inside, square in the face. And your overall sensation as well when you're swinging through, again, to go from that like 9 to 0, and these are exaggerated, but if that club's coming down over 4, it's probably also feeling like it's going through over like 10.
Yeah.
12's the ball, 11.
Yeah, this felt okay, but when I get to about here, it's like,
Holy
where the heck do I go?
Yeah, like you got to feel like you're swinging, whoa, over here.
Because I'm thinking now I got to get really over here.
Right.
But I really need to go here.
Yeah, in a real swing, you get the club kind of pointed down the middle part of your foot.
Got it.
This would be a real swing. But because you're over here, a little too much,
Yeah.
You got to feel like you're over here way too much.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, so let's go through a couple just with the feels there. And you're not going to sniff anything close to that when you do a real swing. Yeah, good. Feel like you're closing the face more the whole downswing. Good. Like in these first couple, and with anything, I'd rather you overdo than underdo.
Okay.
So an overdo here would be a ball that boomerang hooks.
Yeah.
That'd be like, holy, you know,
That'd be kind of fun to hit, though.
That'd be nice. Let's boomerang hook a couple.
All right.
So essentially, if you're looking at like down the range here with it, we're looking for a boomerang hook feel.
Yeah.
So as we start to hit with that, the idea is like, in terms of squaring the face, like how much should you do it? When should you do it? I would err on sooner, more, the whole way. So show me one that where you over close it like you're going to hit like a big sling hook.
Okay.
Is the sensation. Now let's watch your swing plane here to see where you went compared to where you fell. And I want you to see where you are relative to the stick. So here's your normal line. Oops, hang on. Here's your normal line. So what I want to see is the club come on that on the way back. Now there, you went under the plane a bit more. You turned a touch more.
Yeah, but not much.
And the butt of the club got deeper.
Yeah.
So I don't mind if it goes under plane if you net out to that sort of position.
Okay.
But now when you start to swing down,
Yeah, it's old me.
now it's less above where it was before. So normal you is through your neck.
Yep.
That's about just under shoulder. We want it through your bicep,
Okay.
right? So the club head's still a little bit too far kicking outside the
Yep.
hands there, and then too far to the left.
Yep.
So at this bottom part, we have to, let me get these out of here. We got to get the club feeling even more in and out. So let's take your setup here again.
Okay.
And we'll pretend we have a golf ball right there.
Right there.
And you keep your hands in there. I'm going to move you around a little bit as we're swinging here. So let's say this is primarily for the downswing piece. You're feeling like the club is,
Whoa.
yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you're feeling like the club is like, holy crap, is that inside? Like, wow, is that inside? Holy.
Yeah.
That on video is going to look really good.
Okay.
Yeah. So the different way, like when you leave here to do the same thing, you can put a station in your way behind you
Okay.
and learn how to get under it.
Yep.
Or we can put a station in front of you and learn how to get to the right of
Get
it.
to the right of that.
So let me demonstrate one more again.
Sure.
Then. Borrow that sucker. Thank you, sir. So if I put a club in front of me and I'm kind of feeling like I'm going out towards this, we'll call it 10 o'clock. Now, when I put the club down my toe line, it's, you know, a few inches underneath it. So the idea would be if you swing too far to the left, you'd hit it or even go under it.
Yeah.
And we want you to go to the right of it. So as I'm clipping shots here, I would be feeling the club working from low and inside, high and to the right. Low and inside, high and to the right. I'm not going to be shy. I'm not going to be shy about letting the toe pass the heel through my hitting area, because I know that I'm already 4 degrees open.
Right.
So if I feel 27 shut, I might get the square. So feel like the club's working towards me more.
Still from the inside, right?
Yep. Yes, good. More towards me. Yeah, exactly. And then let the toe pass the heel. Yep.
Yeah, that feels weird.
Yep. Yeah, good. Exactly. This should take you from pulls and fades to like straighter shots in here.
Okay.
So give me one practice swing.
Okay.
Swinging to the right of the station, closing the face.
Oh, man, old habits.
And this is a really good one for you. This is why I like the stations, myself included, is because, man, my feels change over time as well.
Yeah.
Like, what's nice about this is you have instant feedback.
Right.
Did I do it right? Did I not do it right? Do I need to do
Exactly.
more, less, different?
Because I was concentrating on this.
Yeah, and you're going to hit it sometimes.
Yeah.
That's cool. More exaggeration on the way through. Yes. I just think you're going to have to close the face more.
Like
That
that?
looked better. That probably felt to you like you rolled it a lot.
Yeah, I did.
Okay, very, very good. Proof will be in the pudding. See what the ball does. And I get it. I get it. I get where you're coming from. Okay, let's try one. Now the TrackMan may or may not pick this up because the thing's in there, but let's see. We'll try one.
Okay.
So your job is to do what you just did and miss the bucket. And we'll do a couple of swings here. You don't have to be perfect on the first one. Over exaggerate, in out, closing the face more than you think. Let's see if we get her. Okay, here's a really good example. So your club path there is now 5.3.
And it was what, 8?
It was 8. So what happened? You felt like a country mile to the right.
Yep.
And it went from 8.7 whatever to 5.3.
Right.
So cut in half.
Yeah.
So that's better.
But I still got work.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so just to scale the, the other thing with exaggeration levels is like, you never have to exaggerate more than you do on day one. And I'm gonna just give you some feels there. Keep your hands on there. Gosh, that feels like I'm rolling my arms a lot.
It feels weird.
Man, it'd be nice if you just swung right like that. Oh, wait a minute there, John. What was that down there? Do we have a 0-0?
Almost.
So the key point, and I wish we had this record, like you could see your practice things, which we can back there. Watch where your club comes down here. So there your club path was 0.7, and your club face to path was 0.2. Now, if we watch you, we're letting it go under a little on purpose.
Yep.
We're still making half swings. Now look at your shaft.
Yeah.
So now you're parallel to the original plane line.
Yep.
Now you're actually riding right underneath it.
Yep.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I'll take that one.
And you see how the club shaft is now exiting more through like the shoulder line.
Yeah, and I don't have this.
It's not as far to the left.
Yeah.
So as you're working through the hit, the arm extension there looks great. Now, key point is our club path was 0.7. Your face to path was 0 degrees there, right?
Well, it felt like it was like this.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's we hit the ball 4 feet to the right.
Nice.
Now, that's exactly right. So you felt like this to get it to 0.
Yeah.
So I think as you're going, I mean, you'll have some ball flight feedback, obviously.
Yeah.
If the ball's curving to the right, you didn't square it up enough.
Got it.
Right? And then this, obviously, we have some good feedback, but me taking you to the point where you feel, whoa, yeah, now that wasn't it with the arm rotation.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Because I got you going like this.
Got it.
Yeah. That's what your feel is in the beginning, right there like that,
Got
just
it.
to get to 0. But you look at this, John, look at you at impact. Man, that's good right there.
Yeah, I take that.
That delivery position where you have the shaft just inside your hands, club face is slightly tilted down right here. Butt of the club is darn near close to the golf ball when the shaft's parallel to the ground. And then look at you at impact.
Yeah.
I mean, does
boom.
that doesn't look anything like a guy who's over rolling his arms.
No, not at all.
Not at all. Not at all. Money.
Yeah, I take that every day.
It's beautiful. Oh, that's perfect. Yeah, good. That's it. Good. Close your feet and shoulders. Good. Beautiful. That should be a slight pull draw. Beautiful. I mean, that's as good as you can shallow it. Literally dead parallel to the original plane line, John.
Yep.
That's an A++, 10 out of 10. Now your backswing or your downswing pieces are A+ like your setup. Beautiful. Riding right on the plane line. Beautiful.
Extension looks good.
And now the shaft, like this piece here, I want the shaft to exit between your shoulder and the upper part of your rib cage. This shoulder line like that should be like a slight draw.
Okay.
So just a little pull draw.
Yeah.
Let's do one more. So your overarching sensations are going to be, yeah, good adjustment there. Yes. You caught yourself going too far to the left.
Yep.
Exactly. That's exactly what you need to feel like right now to get to what should be zeros. That's perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. That should be good. That was a club path that was 2.3 to the right. The face was 1.5 closed. Drum roll, please. Baby little draw down the middle.
Nice.
Either you're good, John, or I'm good, or we're both good.